And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Monday, the post-horseshoe edition of the Sports Port. Barnes, Tony, how you doing, my friend?
My friends. I'm doing great, dude. You know, typical Monday here, school starting. Let's freaking go. Let's fire it up. A lot of baseball to get to. This is a big moment here for the Mets. So
you had to mention school starting. I feel like that. I always still have those dreams that I'm still in high school. Got to finish a class.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, do we really have to bring up school? I mean, I feel like it's just such a relief not to have to be in class. I know you teach class is different thing, but come on, tell me that there's nothing like not having to deal with the anxiety, a test. You need to do what? So annoying, honestly.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna say? Oh, I was so good at it, it didn't matter.
No, I would say
you
probably
studying
in
the culture. What is it, Tony? Come on.
I mean, I definitely enjoyed school. You know, again, see your friends, whatever. But there was like Spanish class was probably my iffy time. Dude.
See your friends, of course. But I'm just talking about. I mean, you really enjoyed like studying and doing homework and papers.
It depends on what it was. Like I said, you know, Spanish that was the anxiety class for me, dude.
But what about, I don't know, like advanced mathematics?
No, math wasn't that bad. Trigonometry, Calc R, I took that in high school. Like, I thought it was all right.
I think the only thing, and I probably have mentioned this before, I just liked American history. That's it.
American history, not world history.
Nah, the Romans, relax.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
It always was so funny to me how, like, I feel like in every grade, really until probably like 8th grade, they just taught you the same history shit nonsense. And then it was like 8th grade, you got into like World War I and II, which was sick.
I don't know. I just think it's like there's nothing like real life experience at the end of the day. A lot of it's a waste of time. Some stuff you need, true, but there's a lot of fluff. Definitely a lot of unnecessary.
Well, you got to
use.
I mean, I'm sure you use math, like, you know, typical addition, subtraction, multiplication, division.
Right, I'm saying like the advanced stuff once you get to high school. A lot of it, like, you know what I mean? You need geometry, and I know it's like not math, but like just thinking about science too. Like, why did I need to do science? What was going to help me with science? Like, you know what I mean? How was I going to use that?
Really? Like, you're not really.
So that's why it's like in those, actually science was tough. Honestly, science was tough. Physics was tough.
Physics was definitely tough.
I can't believe you enjoyed any of that.
I thought physics was fun though. We did projects, momentum.
Yeah, I love the anxiety of like the need to like memory. Like that's the whole thing. It's like, let's not call it school. Let's call it memorization, because it's all it is. You forget all of it. Okay. I'd like to see, let's have you take all your classes senior year, the final, no studying. Let's see how you, but that's the point. Dude. That's the point though. And that's what kind of annoys me,
you know what?
To be honest.
Let's do it, dude. I'd love to try it. See what I get, dude.
No, but I don't know. To me, I honestly, I almost like, as much as I didn't like it, I almost don't believe you, Tony, that you actually took some enjoyment in some of this stuff. Honestly.
Come on, dude.
I'm not kidding though. It was like literally like horrendous. Like just so annoying, because it's just so much stress and anxiety, and I just didn't like that. And especially too, if you don't find it interesting, it's so hard to focus. And it's like,
because you're not.
What are you going to just feel like you're going insane and just repeat like blah, 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 is this blah, 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 and then just say it to yourself over and over and over again? Like even that would be hard. Like I don't know. It very much a struggle for me.
So
Tony is such a nerd. LOL, Michael Theophil.
Oh, come on, stop it, dude.
Just saying. And Matthew, come on. I'm guessing that means he agrees with me. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then Josh P, of course. Let's go. What is up, fam? Aaron Judge, really good at baseball. TCA Sports Word DTV.
I feel like Josh P probably shares the same sentiment as you with class and schoolwork. I feel.
Oh,
I would think so.
I mean, it was just a pain in the ass. It's just not fun. Like, why would I enjoy that? And it didn't help me with anything. Like, it's just a waste of time.
If you can get anything out of it, dude, you get nothing out of it.
But I'm saying I had no interest in going into the science field. So why would I need to know science?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? The I don't know is the problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously I wasn't going into the science field either.
So I just think once you get to high school, it should be more specialized. Because otherwise you're just wasting your time. And then it's like these classes were hard. That's what I'm that's
definitely
chemistry.
Dude. Yeah.
Like it wasn't easy. Oh, the formulas, the calculators. You're absolutely correct, Tony. I never did 1 day of college. LOL.
So yeah, there you have it, dude.
Like that he agrees with me. It's funny because first I thought he agreed
does.
with you the way he said the way he said it. I'm saying, average person would be confused.
Yeah.
But not everybody's a scholar like yourself.
Wait, maybe if you paid more attention in class, you probably would have got it.
It's too hard though. It's like if it's not, if there's anything I learned from high school, it's don't be a nerd. Get it together, Tony. Wow,
dude.
So not too many people are backing you here, but
no, that's fine, dude. That's fine. All right. I mean, whatever. It's normal that no one backs me up. It's normal.
Question. Given your major in what you did at Sacred Heart, would you at least say that you felt once you were in Sacred Heart, the classes you were doing were all beneficial and helping, like that were keyed to your major more so than?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, again, Sacred Heart Catholic school, so religion class.
That must have been. I would have been so pissed.
I honestly,
the chief stuff you had to do there, ridiculous.
Honestly,
the uniform, the kilts, ridiculous.
The kilt, dude. But no, I mean, at Sacred Heart, again, like there was still like the Common Core nonsense. Yeah. Religion class, honestly, was pretty fun. We did, my first year was world religion, so you did, Buddhism, Hinduism, which was kind of cool. Learned about that. But in college, it was like freshman seminar or fucking what the hell? There was one course. It was all like, I forget what it was called, dude, but it was absolute nonsense, like literal, like such stupid nonsense like that. I guess Connecticut, makes colleges teach or whatever. Common Core, bogus. So I feel like, what you're talking about, I feel like it's almost at every level, I guess.
Yeah.
At least as far as I've been
just
experiencing.
Really very rarely enjoy. Like,
what about you at Eastern? Did they make you do Common Core classes and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or?
And it was just
like I had to take math
like
in
English
college
stuff, like
and history,
God, and like business communications. Like Matt knows with the teachers we had to do. This one class I had to take twice. The only class I ever had to take twice. Guy was purposely an asshole, purposely everything as hard as possible. Doing the tests, all write-ins, no multiple choice, like really out to get you.
Right. Really out to get you.
Jahandri. So I hope he's listening. Dr. Jahandri, worst teacher I ever had.
Wow.
And it was just like, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but I'm just not about that. And I think, as a teacher, like you would know, you feel like you want to help your students. You're not trying to fail people. Yeah. Someone's annoying. Sure. Maybe you're like, I mean, you kind of earned it, whatever.
Yeah, too bad,
but if it's just difficult and you're making it more difficult on purpose when you don't need to be, bullshit, Tony.
That is so funny. One of my, housemates, grad school, which again, grad school for me was like, there was nothing I did not enjoy in grad school. Cause again, it's probably about more specialized. But I guess there's this new professor. They're taking whatever class, 30-page syllabus he was reading last night.
Yeah. No,
like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
And it's all like written essays. Like
Dr. Usman, how are you?
God,
okay.
Dude.
All right.
Kind of, again, like just like you said, dude, like help out your students. It's about setting them up to fucking fail. Like they have assignments already before class day one. That is a chief move.
Very, though, I would say very triggering for me.
Yeah. Imagine. Oh, have this 8-page reading of an essay and be prepared to talk about it in class.
But this is what I'm talking about. How did what was enjoyable though for you? Like, you know what I mean? I guess like I said, other than like the camera production classes, sure that was all, but probably was a lot of those classes hands-on though, like very hands-on.
Oh yeah, dude, of course.
So I'm saying that. But that's what makes it the best. This whole thing about, oh my God, like these long textbooks and just papers. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Papers, especially you're not going into writing. Why do you need 5-page essays?
Yeah, I guess so. I think I was also kind of fortunate, at least at Sacred Heart, to have such great teachers. Like freshman year, I took biology. I was like kind of not about it. Whatever.
How much do they pay you to say these things?
Stop it, dude. They don't pay me enough to say these things. But professor, old dude, hippie,
Usman?
Big Maple Leafs fan. No, not Usman. Usman, no, dude. But so that was kind of cool. So I think I got kind of lucked out maybe too,
Yeah, I guess so. And I got a text from Corey. I guess he had an Instagram Instagram comment. Just for some reason I don't see it. Maybe Corey, if you're there, if you could write it again, because for some reason it's not coming up on our end.
Maybe a little delayed. Sometimes Instagram has issues with
but he
StreamYard,
texted me like 3 minutes ago.
Oh. I'll keep an eye on it. But if you could just also, I guess, text you the comment or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm gonna just say to post it again that for some reason I can't see it. And I guess Tommy Donovan, what up, fam?
What up, dude? And then obviously Michael Theophil loving Joey, making fun of me. Ha ha ha. Yes, Joey, he says. I've always said Tony is a nerd first, athlete second, which is ridiculous.
Michael hitting it on the head. And then Josh B, to me, it was not that tough. It was just not interesting.
Sounds like it was tough.
But then he says, "Amen, Barnes, amen." LOL. So it's like it seems like he's agreeing, but he's just saying it wasn't tough. And now everybody's making me feel stupid. But you know what? That's
honestly,
fine.
It sounds like an excuse, dude. It was tough for him because he wasn't smart enough, dude. I'm telling you.
It just, yeah, boy. But it's crazy. I like. Do you ever have that dream? Like you need to pass some class. It's down to the wire. Ever?
I don't think so.
It's so annoying. That or I'm going back to the football team for some reason. Like after I quit, like I decided to re-up and like finish senior year out.
It sounds like you have some things bothering you.
I think it's just random.
I think maybe you should go to some old professors and maybe get some closure. Okay.
Enough talking about this nonsense, but just fuck. You get what I'm saying. Whatever. I don't even need to continue. Let's just go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Skip. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So ends up being a great weekend. For your New York Yankees. Let's see. Corey here. Don't be in a class with Barn if there's reading involved. You won't be able to get through a couple sentences without the crack up. Hilarious. Yeah, me and him used to have this thing. Definitely way different now. But it was this thing like so bad in class, like really bad. We used to do morning announcements together in middle school.
Oh my God.
And I've always had this thing. And I think it's just like almost like a nervous laugh in a way where situation, not supposed to be laughing, think of it and then just start cracking up. And it doesn't make any sense. It's not about anything, which seems crazy. I don't know if that ever happened to you at all.
Oh, of course.
High pressure.
Yeah. And like you're reading out loud and all of a sudden you just start like laughing for no reason at all. And then you kind of get in trouble because like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing?
Right.
But definitely like, messing with the students who are doing the reading as well, reading out loud during class.
Yeah.
Every so often there's a curse word in the book. Everyone starts to laugh and you got to say it. You skip
but I'm
it.
talking like real bad. Like it was funny. The person, she was like part of the, I think we were doing it for like, I don't know, I forgot what the name of it was, but it was just something like, where you, after school, you go to like the senior center and all that stuff. Like I forgot what it was called, but like, those community programs type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And the lady in front of it, like we were doing this on the morning announcements talking about it. And me and him started like dying laughing. I've never laughed so hard in my life. And like, she was so pissed, but like, it was annoying because then if that happened in school, I get in trouble. It's like, but the teachers didn't realize like, I literally couldn't help it. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to like you just, for some reason, something would come over me and I just like could not keep it together.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like morning announcements, like over the loudspeaker.
Yes. No, these were televised too in middle school.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You were on like the TVs in the classroom, dude.
Yep. And then I started to, that was just for the community program. But then I actually started like hosting it like a couple of times with somebody. And like, I was definitely, it was just tough. It was tough to go straight face the whole time. But that's just kind of funny,
dude.
That goes way back with Corey. I think that was like 8th grade or something. But
so
Josh B, it wasn't tough. It was boring. Anyone could do it. You have to want it if you're going to enjoy it. Very true. Yeah, I guess if I didn't find it so boring, maybe it would have been a little easier. Joey, I still have dreams that I'm still working at a job 5 years ago. So it happens to people. But anyway, like I said, where I think everybody gets it.
We're done here.
Nobody likes school besides Tony. That was kind of the common theme.
That's ridiculous.
But anyway, like I said, 2 out of 3 for the Yankees. Great being there on Friday night. 3-0 victory and being in the building, Tony, to see Judge and Stanton go deep. Something that they've done a lot together as teammates, and it was just great to see that. Great to see Carlos Rodon. After a couple shaky starts, really hone in giving them, 6 scoreless innings. I mean, that's really, all you could ask for. He had pitched and really struggled to get, through 5 innings, several times. So have that kind of performance and, get in a little trouble with it, but then work himself out of it, get key strikeouts when he needed to. So it was great to see that. And it was crazy. I think I was telling you this yesterday about how it was the first victory of the year for Matt. He was like 0-4 from the games we had went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no, I didn't know that.
It was like, and I kind of got into it too. I think I had lost 4 in a row as well. And I was like, I know they're going to win. And, Rodon really set the tone. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, only 1 walk, and the 5 strikeouts, 14th victory of the season. And the offense giving you just enough, the 5 total hits, the homer by, Judge and Stanton, and then actually Glaber, which was at first an RBI single, but then ruled an error. It was the other run of the game, and then it was just lights out from your bullpen. 3 scoreless innings, striking out 4. Weaver, Cousins, Holmes, Clay too. Being in the building, we all got a little nervous. Walks the leadoff batter. Here we go again, but luckily settled down and ultimately got out of it to give the Yankees their 76th victory of the season. So like I said, it was great to be in the building for that one. Was fortunate was not in the building the following day.
Yeah.
And I think it all just started, you start a guy like Will Warren, who's just he hasn't even conquered AAA. Really struggling there. To put him in the major leagues, the hitters are just too out ahead of him in terms of what he's going to do. And that showed, and that's how you lose 9-2. And it was one of those things again. And I think, we were talking about a little at the Horseshoe yesterday where your pitcher gives up that many runs early. He had given up 6 runs through the first 3 innings. So Yankees after 3 down 6-1. It just puts you in the hole. It changes the approach, and just doesn't set up the team for success. His ERA in the major leagues now is 9.8. I mean, he's unstartable. I mean, you see that there's stuff that he could do that, feels like in the future he'll be valuable. But for right now, he needs to go down.
Is he?
And I haven't
heard
seen
yet
that he did it yet, but I would imagine he will. And I know Cody Petit's supposed to be coming back soon. There's gonna be a lot of roster moves. We talked about yesterday Michael Tonkin getting DFA. To be interesting to see if anybody claims him.
I feel like somebody will, dude.
You would think so, because his ERA is still under 4. Maeza, you would think would get released eventually, and then maybe Tim Hill. So to open up 3 bullpen spots, obviously Ian Hamilton coming back. But yeah, the bullpen in this one, you gave up 3 runs as well, 2 from Tonkin, 1 from Leiter, Hill and Canely. Canely's actually settled in and done a nice job after a couple early season kerfuffles coming back from that injury. So this game, 2 runs, 5 hits, just wasn't your best. But you just felt like, all right, let's just win a series, just win series the rest of the way. Most likely you're going to win the division. You're up a game and a half. Obviously, Baltimore can go on a crazy run, but as we saw watching that game on Sunday Night Baseball last night, it doesn't seem like they're exactly on the precipice of doing so.
Not at all.
They follow up the loss yesterday, so they lose 9-2. They win yesterday 10-3, a complete home run derby at the stadium. Stroman battled Tony through 5 innings, giving up 3 earned, striking out 5.
I mean, come on.
Good enough for his 9th win of the year, ERA under 4. And then your bullpen gave you 4 shutout innings, only allowing 1 hit. So after seeing the bullpen really struggle through, several weeks here, it seems like they've really hit their stride. I mean, you think about Canely, Cousins, Weaver. They've been 3 of your most reliable relievers. And Holmes seems like he's settled down a little bit. So, of course, you love that as well. And then Jay mentions the Yankees with the back-to-back-to-back. Imagine if Chris Berman was calling this game.
Oh, my God. That would be sick.
But it was scoring early and often after you give up a run in the first after an error. So you were down 1-0, but then Aaron Judge hits his 50th home run in the bottom of the first, scoring Glaber. So that made it 2-1 Yankees. Glaber with a single in the second made it 3-run. Soto with a single made it 4-1. The Yankees, though, give up runs in the 4th and 5th inning to make it 4-3. So all of a sudden, this is a tight game, and that's where the back Soto, Judge, Stanton all in a row. Soto 418 to right center, Judge 377 to right center, Stanton 425 feet to center, and then Gleyber Torres a 3-run homer in the 8th to make this thing a blowout 10-3. And once again, great pitching from the bullpen as well to really cement this one. And it really is something, Tony. We know Judge and Soto. We know they're going to be there, and I mean, both of them are really having historic seasons. Obviously, Judge to a new level, hitting over 370 over the last 100 games, and then all the power, all the homers. It's been crazy after only hitting 6 in April. But it really is something, how this offense really goes. What if Stanton is on fire as well? I mean, it's like, how does the opposing team navigate?
I mean, like you said, dude, having a like you said, Stanton on top of it is just there's no way of navigating this lineup, dude. It's impossible. All right.
Yeah.
As many times as Soto's been walked, which I think is the most in the league.
Probably,
right?
Yeah.
Judge is probably high up there as well. I think Judge has been walked the most this year out of any other career year. I may have heard that, but
I know it's up there. I could double check.
But like now again at this point, like you said, Stanton's on fire, so it's like who are you walking him to face? Like Jazz is going to be in there. Like he's
Wells.
Exactly. You can't navigate this lineup. You can't even try and pitch around somebody because then you're worried that if you pitch around Soto, you end up walking him. Judge is up, and then Judge is hitting a 2-run blast instead of just a solo home run. So it's like pitchers are really forced to attack these batters. And not only that, they have to figure out a way to get some strikeouts here, which is pretty rare, it seems, right now, to strike out this Yankee lineup. So
and actually, Soto 108 walks, Judge 106.
Wow.
So I mean, they have two guys with 100 walks there. Soto, a career high 37 home runs. Judge with a chance to eclipse his career high 62 from a few years ago. And then Giancarlo Stanton going into this year, really for a lot of people, I think was an afterthought after hitting under 200 last year. His OPS is over 800. He's got 23 home runs. He's only played 88 games. Has a chance to hit almost 30 home runs or eclipse 30 home runs this year, if he keeps up his hot streak.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. And you would imagine, I mean, kind of like he's been doing, how in the rest of the lineup is building off of, Judge and Soto. And you'd imagine Stanton will be primed for playoffs as well. So we know his record there.
Yeah.
So you should be pretty excited.
And Stanton, I mean, you really just know when he's hot. I mean, you could just see it at every swing, every ball is hit hard, and he's homered his last 3 starts, didn't play on Saturday. So yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling right now, winning another series. And now it's, on to DC for the Nats. And, Jay knows all about it, the most profitable team. So obviously you got to be careful. We talked about pitching matchups yesterday, though. So, you feel pretty good about that. The Corbin Cole game tomorrow. And I believe today is what, Nestor and Parker, if I'm not mistaken.
Parker.
Yeah. Is it Mason Parker?
Mason sounds about right. Mitchell
Parker. Okay. Who's been serviceable, left-handed. So you got to be careful there, and pitched well against Colorado last time out. And the Nationals just beat the Braves. I know the Braves that we've talked about, just a completely different team this year with all the injuries.
He got hammered against the Phillies. This guy, Parker.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. So watch out.
But last time out against Colorado, pitched very well.
Very well. But
Colorado, you never know, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, not a great team. So, I mean, again, you want to compare the Yankee lineup to somewhat of what the Phillies is putting out there, what the Phillies did to him,
Yeah, that's true. And kind of an interesting part of the schedule here because, you got 3 in Washington, and then you got only 3 games at home after an off day against St. Louis, and then you're back on the road to go to Texas and Wrigley Field.
Sorry, I was just looking at the comments right now. But yeah, dude, I mean, again, like you said, interesting schedule coming up. But regardless, I mean, these are teams. Are you looking for back-to-back sweeps or?
You can't see that's I think I've learned over the years, you never go for a sweep. You always set your side on the series win. If you get a sweep, great. But to assume a sweep, don't do it. You never assume. Never assume.
But are you like in the back of your head, you're like, yo, this should be like it should be.
A road sweep is tough. I have to say.
Yeah, no, I know.
Road sweep is tough. So I guess honestly, because too, like we've talked about,
Right.
the Nats, giving teams trouble at times. I wouldn't assume a sweep. The only thing I would say is, they have 3 pitchers pitching that, can get hit up. So if the offense is going the way it did 2 out of these, 3 games here against Colorado, or especially the way they, played yesterday, then yeah, that's going to happen. But let's just, win the 2 out of 3 and maybe have a chance to sweep them, and then let's continue to go. And I think we can build on that game and have a lead over the Orioles.
Yeah, no, I think so. And Orioles we talked about yesterday as well, playing some mediocre baseball for the past few weeks, really.
Yeah.
So you can definitely take advantage of that. They have 72 wins, right? The Orioles. So they're 74?
No, I think they
74?
have 76.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so really right on the coattails, but one more loss, and I think that's why it's a game and a half. I'll check it now, but they've been that neck and neck. Yeah, so 76-56, Yankees 77-54. So the Yankees, do they have the 588 winning percentage versus 576?
Right, because you have the win percentage. Right, yeah. All right, well, that's cool. I mean, kind of crazy that the Orioles have been making a wild card spot. With the season that they're having,
Yeah, but I think it's just it's lingered way longer than maybe it even feels like, Tony, in terms of like them not playing well, and that's why they're looking at a wild card.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, dude. It's almost again like reminiscent of the stretch that the Yankees went through,
but
it was
just
not playing well. Yeah, exactly. But a
Yeah.
little bit longer here and a little bit more untimely, at this point.
Because the Yankees, I think, I don't know. I know maybe going into this series they were 16-8 their last 24. So what would that be? 18-7 or something along those lines.
18-6.
18-6.
Yeah. 24, right?
Yeah. So obviously pretty good stretch of baseball here. So let's continue it. Let's go. And before we go across town, a couple more comments here.
Yes, we do have a few more comments here. Let's see. Matthew Ryan. Let's go Yankees.
There we go.
Right. Pretty good. 2 weeks until the Jets season opener, getting rid of Zach Wilson stench.
He's big on that.
He's huge on that. And then he says in all caps, Tony the nerd. Thank you. And then Jay Burton here says, Matt Ryan sees Zach Wilson playing for his life in the Broncos preseason game. Matthew Ryan, no, I did not. I don't care about that cancer. Not our problem. Did you see him play though in the preseason game?
I don't care about that
Wilson?
cancer.
Oh, come on, dude.
No, I honestly, I'm just not.
I didn't
not
see
seen
it,
any
honestly.
preseason highlights. I really haven't.
It's kind of like.
But it's funny though, because once the season starts, I'm going to watch every single game. But it's
right.
Just,
well, I mean,
now,
it's just so uninteresting, dude. Yeah, it's so uninteresting now. Not that it's uninteresting, because again, there's people that are playing for spots here, like playing to prove themselves. But all these teams in the preseason, they're not going to look nearly what they're going to look like in terms of their starters.
But also, even
season,
to take that a step further, it is with starters, but just week one's always so finicky. We're going to see a lot of stuff week one that we think is going to be like a trend for the season, and it's going to be the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah?
I'm saying, every time week one, surprise team wins. Oh, my God, could they actually be good this year? And then 10 in a row.
Yeah, true.
It happens all the time.
Dude, there's a lot of narrative about how the Texans may have an off year.
I mean, it makes that it's tough
sophomore
to follow
year,
up the strong surprise first year.
Yeah, and I think Rick and Dave were talking about how they had, I think, the third easiest schedule last year. Now they have the 5th hardest.
Right, because they won the division.
Right.
So they had to play all the division winners. That's what makes it tough.
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see. I know they did kind of, enhance their team and obviously have so much short talent already there. But definitely an interesting storyline. Speaking of who knows what's going to happen,
Yeah, exactly.
No, dude.
So I know overall, Tony, the split for the Mets, but over the weekend, losing, 2 out of 3 definitely must have been disappointing. I mean, what'd you make of it? What happened? Who were the culprits here?
Oh, I mean, it's tough, dude. It really was a pretty crazy weekend, I guess. And, yes, you split against the Padres team who has been playing really well. You would take that. But I just feel like the way they lost yesterday, we'll get to yesterday specifically. And I guess, honestly, even the way they lost, what was it? I guess on Friday, right, too?
I think Jay's drinking, by the way. He said the Raiders are going to win the AFC West and the Chiefs missed the playoffs. The Raiders, Reed Fowler, Raiders fan, said they're going to win 2 games this year.
Reed Fowler. He's a big Raiders fan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Grew up in Hawaii. West Coast guy.
I guess that's cool. I guess. I mean, you never really know, but I mean,
The Chiefs are not going to miss the playoffs
I-
either. I mean, you want to say, oh, they'll make a wild card, fine, but like that's not even going to happen. But there's no way that they're missing the playoffs unless they have catastrophic injuries.
what do you think's more likely? Raiders winning or Chiefs missing the playoffs?
I mean, I guess the Raiders winning because it's just the Chiefs are not missing the playoffs. It's just like as much as like I get it, like we don't need to go into it again. I understand it, Tony, but sometimes you could be level-headed and just look at the play on the field, the talent, and that's it, instead of worrying about the sideshows. All right. So that answers your question. Continue.
All right, so start off with Friday. Friday was the tough L that the Mets took, lost 7-0, which was pretty crazy. We were talking revenge spot. Joe Musgrove kind of shut down the Mets lineup there, and then to boot, Brian Blackburn just is not good. You know,
I thought he was.
Again, he could be. He also got. I mean, he ended up getting injured.
Right.
Took like a liner right to his throwing hand.
IL.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't looked up though if anything's broken. I think the X-rays, MRIs are still whatever they're getting done. Regardless, I guess we'll kind of see. But I mean, the guy seemed to be in pain. And again, the line drive off your throwing hand cannot be good. You know, there's no way you're gripping the baseball after that. So he's up going 2 1/3. 10 hits he gives up though. 5 earned runs through that. So nothing was really good there. Luis Arise homered in the first.
Josh B. Thank you.
Josh B.
Imagine if me and Josh B. fantasy playoff final. Arise
goes
wins
off.
it for me.
That
That's
would
gonna
be
be
like
tough.
ultimate. Like, oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, might have been a mistake.
I mean, I'm kind of already I thought it was when he first did it anyway, dude. Kind of
Got
crazy.
a little
dude.
tight,
Yeah,
elongated
dude.
slump, but
I don't know, man.
yeah,
And then what do you know? A Kyle Higashioka
15
home
home
run.
runs this year.
I'm in the bottom of the second, followed up by a Jake Cronenworth RBI single. You know, put the Padres up 4-0 real quick. Next inning around, Higgy RBI double, Arise RBI single. Then you get hit in the hand, which is great, dude. So you're down 6-0 early on, and I feel like that was, again, you were saying about the Yankees to going down early. You're not coming back from that. It just seemed like that the entire, any wind that was in the Mets sails for this game was sucked out real quick, dude. And again, this is gonna be a little bit more of a theme too, but it seemed like in this series, whoever scored first ended up winning. Because obviously, you got shut out. Musgrove was really pitching very well, flashing his glove as well. 9 Ks, only 1 hit. I believe had a no-hitter through the first 5 innings.
Wow.
And of course, talk about his no-hitter for the Padres in 2019. I want to say, right?
Could have been.
I think it was 19. First no-hitter Padres history. Musgrove, whatever. I guess he pitched well. They hit well. Good team. Just scratch it, dude. Blackburn sucks, whatever. Next day, Peterson on the mound, our best pitcher, statistically speaking. He has one hell of an outing.
Justification.
Dude.
Arise has still not been that good. LMAO.
Come on, dude. That's nonsense,
Playoff,
dude. Yeah. It's fucking. Oh, dude, can't focus, dude. Can't focus. Not interested in the fucking topics. Can't focus. Whatever. It's not that hard. But speaking of not that hard, David Peterson, 7 1/3, making it look not that hard to pitch against the Padres. 5 hits, 1 earned run, only 2 walks. Again, just hammering his sinker too, inducing so many ground outs and fly balls.
Best start of his career.
I guess so. They're definitely up there.
Yeah.
Obviously not dominant in terms of strikeouts, like 2 strikeouts over the course of 7 1/3. Not like, obviously we've seen way more strikeouts from him, but regardless, he was just navigating this lineup very well. Michael King, speaking of the team that gets off early to win here, Alonso RBI double, top of the first, Lindor grand slam, top of the fourth.
Off of Michael King.
And I don't know if you saw this play, but King was just like
tight,
devastated afterwards.
After an error,
yeah. So
Machado, tough.
It is very tough, dude. But again, at the end of the day, I mean, King's got to pitch better than that. And at the end of the day, also speaking of that error, he does only get 1 earned run, which is kind of crazy. After giving up the grand slam and then the RBI double. So he goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned, 3 walks, 7 Ks. So again, I mean, it's kind of a crazy line. One of the crazy lines I feel like I've seen, because obviously he gets hit a lot. So pitch count was pretty high. So they ended up pulling him but the 7 Ks over 5 innings is pretty crazy. And not for nothing, Michael King has had a good year, 3.14 ERA on the year. Very impressive. Honestly.
One of the best pitchers in the National League. Very underrated.
Which is very crazy to say. Nonetheless, Padres, same deal as the Mets day before, went down early, could not get it together. Arise does get an RBI ground out.
Michael, do you want to go sit down in a class today and just kind of? Oh, that'd be so much fun. Maybe write a paper for some.
I feel just like you, dude.
Tony loves it.
Horrible feeling. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that.
Yeah, not necessary, Tony.
I did all right, dude.
Why? When you were like, memorize this, memorize that. Exactly. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just had like the discipline and the drive and whatever, dude.
Come on.
I mean, that's what you want to come at me, bro. I'll come at you. I mean, what is it? Creed? Crash. That movie always freaked. Oh no, dude. Hobbs and Shaw, TMNT. Nice. Michael with the fresh pickups, the fresh jeans, the fresh white tee.
Very
Let's
fresh,
go,
Michael.
Dude.
Very
fresh. So anyway, dude, 7-1 Saturday. You feel good. At that point, you've won 2 out of 3. Looking to win 3 out of 4.
Looking for it, but unfortunately,
still searching for it, dude.
Yeah.
Yesterday was honestly a really tough loss. Quintana, who's been on my shit list, throws I guess you can call it gem from him, dude. 2 walks, 6 1/3.
Where were the bats?
Where were the bats? The bats were nowhere to be found.
Bullpen. I mean, is it? I mean, I guess those numbers are pretty good, actually.
I mean, again, Scott's been solid. Adam, we know. Estrada, I've seen good outings from him, but has also run into some trouble.
Brian Hoeing, even though he has a 2.03 ERA?
Don't know much about Hoeing.
Yeah.
I feel like really haven't seen much of him. 27 years old from Indiana, dude. The relief pitcher, right-handed. 2.03 ERA here. 38 Ks. I mean, you want to look at some of his outings. Got into some trouble in Colorado, but nonetheless, I mean, obviously gets the job done here. Pitches an inning and a third with 4 strikeouts, dude. So clearly got the job done, gave up 2 hits. Strikeout stuff is there. But the Mets just have to do a better job here. I mean, in terms of hitting in general, I mean, look at the box score, 7 hits. You had runners in scoring position 3 times, dude. You try to hang on to this lead. You try and hang on to a couple solo shots by Martinez and Vientos. Middle, late in the game, but then your bullpen kind of blows it here. You get a home run given up in the 8th inning from Profar.
How many is that for Profar?
Let's
should
see.
say
Does
up
it
top.
say? Oh yeah, hold on. Let's see. Home run Profar 21.
Wow.
And that was a 2-run
Sneaky
blast. So yeah, sneaky good.
After kind of being a bust, he was very highly touted with the Rangers.
And then again, like you say, kind of a bust, but
yeah.
I think having a good year here, we know that. I think Josh B does have him in fantasy, I think, or did he trade him?
I think he might have
traded him.
I think.
Or got rid of him, regardless.
Yeah.
Because who did he picked up Bobby Witt, right? Did he trade for Bobby Witt?
I think Profar was
in that trade. Yes. So again, Josh B, even though Bobby Witt is obviously really good, regardless here, your bullpen kind of blowing it here. Boutel, unlike him, honestly, giving up that 2-run blast. You said Profar stinky good. All of a sudden it's 2-0. 7th inning, you're feeling kind of good to close out the game. Just like that, 2-0 goes to 2-2 at that point. And then bottom of the 9th, Merrill walks it off. Diaz, not great, honestly, for Diaz here. I understand, he was, I guess, I don't know, dude. Just is not good. I mean, Diaz
in a
come
big
in
spot
here.
again.
He's got to fucking figure it out. You can't be giving up solo home runs. You can't be doing that, dude.
Profar and Ranger Suarez for Witt.
That was his deal.
Even though those guys are good, I feel like it's a highway robbery. And Suarez has been one of the better pitchers, but we get a guy like Witt. I mean, he's top 3 in the whole fantasy. I mean, it's like
probably. Who made that trade? Was it fucking
Bernie?
Oh, Bernie made that trade.
Yeah. Interesting, right? But I mean, Diaz here. I mean, just do you think that he's the closer? How many blown saves this year? It's got to be 5 or 6, no?
It's a great. I would imagine it's 5 or 6.
Yeah. I mean, are you kind of like almost thinking you want to put someone else back there, or
who?
I'm asking you.
That's what I mean. Like, I mean,
Boutel. If you go to just overall stats here, let's see. Or it doesn't. You got to go to. Oh no, it does show at 5.
Oh yeah, 5.
Career high is 7. 2019,
which
we had a 5.59 ERA.
He's been injured a good amount too. It's not like he's playing all the games,
So 5 is pretty
5
weak
is high.
what you're
Yeah.
it's too high.
That's too high, dudes. I mean, I guess you could try Buteau or Nunez.
How about this little insight, Corey? Hitting this on the head because I do remember this. Profar's whole season changed once Will Smith from the Dodgers called him irrelevant earlier in the season. Look at the numbers after that. He said that they are literally insane. Sometimes people need a little motivation.
Will Smith called him irrelevant.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Yeah. I mean, Will Smith is actually one
No,
of the
yeah,
got
he's-
$100 million before the year from the Dodgers.
I guess that's nice. Yeah.
Are you waving the white flag here?
No, what the fuck?
That's
No.
what you look like. You're
No,
very
because again, like we talked about yesterday. Get over it. Talk about it again.
Relive
Get
it.
tight, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's like you with the fucking the classes and stuff, dude.
well, it's a little different.
You're
but-
reliving it, dude. Come on, it's the same thing.
But I mean, geez, I feel like last time I asked you about this, you were somewhere in the 60s in terms of making the playoffs. Is that trickled down to a 50-50 proposition at this point? Or
No, I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, splitting a 4-game set against the Padres is really what you were probably hoping for to begin with.
these are the type of games, though, tight race. Sometimes they come back to bite, though. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're thinking that.
Right. No, of course.
Yeah.
But again, D-backs up now. And then what do we have? The White Sox? No, Nationals.
Nationals and then the White Sox?
Oh, I fucking forget. Let's see what I wrote on here. I mean, I know it's off today, obviously, then D-backs, which is going to be tough. And then I think it's White Sox. Yeah, it is White Sox. So, like, these next 2 series, you're asking me in terms of waving the white flag. Even if you drop 2 out of 3 against Arizona, you have to
But-
sweep Chicago.
You dropped 2 out of 3 against Arizona, and then what if the Braves sweep? I mean, not good.
Yeah, it is not good. And I forget, we looked at who the Braves were playing too, but I already forget. But regardless, 1.5 I still think is in play here.
But do
And
you put
Twins, dude?
Matone or Buteau in the closer role?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't. I think you should go with Diaz, to be honest. Because Matone, give me a break, dude.
What if next, just hypothetically, gives up another one next save opportunity?
Well, then you got to revisit. Yes.
okay,
Absolutely.
And then who would it be? Buteau or no?
I guess.
Yeah,
But it sucks, dude, because he's great. He's a great like mid relief guy who can
Right,
like
and
eat up
has
2
the-
innings and whatever. But
yeah. Closer by committee. Adavino.
there's no way, dude. Avino sucks, dude.
Would you trade him for Bickford?
Yeah, probably.
You really that like you just don't even want him on the
He's
roster.
such a fucking bum, dude. And his
Yeah.
face is just like it's not good.
So we're talking about his face now.
Yeah,
Playing
'cause
the
he's-
Twins, the Braves, so.
dude. Every time he's on the mound, he's just like,
Yeah. But
and it's like, dude, like what are you doing, dude?
you think he just doesn't like being on the Mets? I mean, is that?
Clearly didn't want to come back.
Yeah. But then didn't have a choice.
Didn't have a choice, dude.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, he's fucking tight all year, and he's not even like pitching that much, dude. Probably because
Yeah.
he's fucking tight that he's there. So he's just an absolute bust, bum. Can't use him really. So I mean, he's definitely not closing games. There's no way.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But again, looking at the Braves here, again, obviously like tough schedule. But Minnesota and then 4 games against the Phillies. I mean, dude, they could lose 5 of their next 8 games
I could.
or 7 games, whatever it is. I mean, Twins are good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're still playing for something, certainly. I know obviously the Braves are too, but they're struggling with injury. Phillies, I feel like are due to kind of bounce back a little bit because
Yeah.
they haven't been playing their greatest baseball recently.
So
And I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Fried has been a little up and down recently. Schwellenbach's been good. Sale's been solid. Morton could get popped. I guess we'll see. Big start for Ranger Suarez later this week.
yeah. No, I think this is really like we were talking about yesterday. He's going to come down to the last day of the season.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's why I think, you know what, they got the Dodgers there too, obviously against New York. Kansas City's going to be fighting for something as well.
You think that might determine it? That series?
It could.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like what we've seen in the past is the Mets end up getting swept in that last series against the Braves or the Phillies, and they fucking blow it.
It seems like as you say more though, Tony, it just seems like you're less and less confident here. After being very confident, I'm saying.
No, they're gonna make a wild card.
Why is it so the way you're? I don't know. It just seems like you're
Well, I think the way we're going to get there is going to be tougher than I've anticipated.
okay. So that's what it is.
I definitely thought we'd be winning more games recently.
Yeah,
like put ourselves in a better position to be like, oh, like I feel better now.
yeah. Any inkling of who's going to be added to the roster come September 1? 2 spots. Anybody minor leagues? Any of the guys from the trades last year, or they've been struggling still?
I get, yeah. Well, I mean, Drew has been playing really well. I think.
So he might get the call.
He might get the call. And I don't know if you saw Brett Beatty. I think broke his finger.
Wow.
Yeah, check swing, ball hit his hand, broke his finger. But again, something like that is, I don't know, he may be out for a little bit. It depends, I guess. I mean, broken finger's broken finger. Drew Gilbert, though, I think has hit like, I don't know, 2 home runs in his last 3 games. I think I was seeing some highlights, and he has a
AA,
AAA.
So he's in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is great, dude. I mean, that's kind of what you want from him.
Yeah.
Great swing, dude. Like compact swing. Honestly, looks like Lindor's swing a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if they bring him up.
Yeah, and it's tough about Beatty too. I kind of would have expected to see him.
Yeah,
but
and
that
got off to a
fractured
good
finger.
Start this year, right?
Yeah,
Hot
but
start.
then hot start,
Very
but then ice cold.
Yeah,
like at the plate, didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Then defensive mistakes started creeping in because he probably lost his confidence, and then Vientos fire.
Yeah,
but I think he'll get another shot
next year.
Yeah, I mean, again with the injury now, it's tough, dude.
Yeah,
very untimely.
Missed reps.
Yeah, dude.
But that being said, I think it's time, Tony, for a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
Let's freaking go, dude. Last week in August, I can't believe it.
Week 18.
17.
Now it's the 17th game.
Oh, my goodness, dude. Let's freaking go. It's fired up here. Mets off day, so I kind of have a pick of the litter in terms of what I want to be looking at. Kyle Gibson against the Padres. Love to see that. Probably not. I guess give me Miller and the Mariners, dude. Why not? Let's go to T-Mobile Park, a park we were talking about last night. We all want to visit here. Seattle.
What park, though? If you had to pick any park.
Seattle minus 135 here. Over under is 6.5. Definitely on the lower end here. Another 3-game set that they're starting off. Looks like Tampa Bay leads 2-1. And I know the Mariners have had such a fucking downtrot, I guess, over play recently. But Tampa, come on, give me a break with P-Plot. I know he's been pretty solid, but Miller has one of the most effective splitters in the major leagues this year. I imagine he's going to hammer that. And I do like the under still, even though it's 6.5, kind of low. I say Mariners, though, pitching duel here. Perhaps Miller, full game shutout. Who knows? Seattle, Rodriguez, 2-run blast. They win 2-0. Give me Mariners and the under on that first game, Brian.
Wow, Mariners and the under.
Book it.
All right, so for my first game, of course, going with your New York Yankees, Nationals Park, Mitchell Parker versus Nestor Cortez. And Nestor, great last time out. And really, expecting more of the same out of him here. I know his home and road splits are a little different, but I just think it seems like he's really hit his stride. He's pitching with a sense of confidence again, something, it's been a little while. Since we've seen that out of Nestor, had some bumps in the road this year for sure, but really looking to cement his spot in the Yankees playoff rotation. And another good start here, I would say, he's head and shoulders above Marcus Stroman, who, battled yesterday yet again. But I think Nestor in this one, I could see 6 innings. Let's call it 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. I think that'll be enough because I think the offense will continue its strong performance from yesterday. Not 10 runs this time, but 6 is good enough. And I think you're going to see Austin Wells go deep. And, I think also, too, a little bit of an oddball here. I think Oswaldo Cabrera gets the start here, and he goes yard as well. And he's actually played better than you would think this year, especially if you compare what LeMahieu's done over at third base when he's not playing or when he's played at first. Jack of all trades. But I think he homers, Wells homers. Yankees 6, Nationals 3. Yankees and the over.
Yankees and the over. Next game here, we're going to be going to Pittsburgh as the Pirates take on the Chicago Cubs. Starting off another 3-game set here. Mitch Keller on the mound against Jameson Taillon, dude. Very interesting matchup. Over-under is 8.5, and it looks like the Pirates are favorited -115 on the money line, dude. And Mitch Keller on the mound, pretty solid, I guess. He was on my fantasy team, respectable numbers, 3.76, 11-7 after what was a tough start to him. Buckle down.
He's in the under, by the way, 9.5 total.
Did we say that already?
Over.
Oh.
I thought it was over.
Oh,
but it's
wow.
9.5.
9.5. Very high scoring, they think.
Yeah.
And Jameson Taillon, speaking of Mitch Keller being good down the stretch, I think Taillon is tapered. For what I've seen on his fantasy team, 5 innings, 4 earned runs against Detroit, 4 earned runs against Cleveland, 5 earned runs against Chicago, the White Sox, that is. Cincinnati, 4 1/3, 6 earned runs, has been getting a little bit popped here. So I think that, the Pirates, Reynolds, Cruz, even Andrew McCutchen, Urani Telez, even the big first baseman, may get some good looks here at Taillon. Mitch Keller, again, solid,
But not spectacular.
Not spectacular by all means. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, quality start is probably what you may be looking for here. I would say Pirates go on to win this, I'll say 6-3. So give me Pirates and the over, buddy.
Pirates, a long shot for the wild card. Never know.
Never know, dude.
You think no? You think we know, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Talent there, though.
Talent is there. Dude.
Payroll, not so much.
Ooh.
Second game up here. A little bit of a abbreviated feel, but I'm gonna just do it, make it nice and easy for myself. Nothing to sweat out. Give me the Tigers over the White Sox. White Sox now 31-100. The Tigers 65-66. Ty Madden on the hill, opposed by Davis Martin. Looks like Madden's making his season debut here. Doesn't matter, though.
Oh.
I just think the Tigers over the White Sox, let's call it 5-2. So it'd be the Tigers and the under. White Sox going for the worst record of all time.
What is the worst record of all time?
It's the Mets. Under Casey, right? The first couple years.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think so, dude. Casey
Continue
Stable,
on.
dude?
I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you should look it up, dude. That's crazy, by the way, picking the Tigers. I don't know about that one, but regardless here, my last game here. Again, I got a lot of stock in Max Fried. Looking for the Braves to lose, though. So I guess give me game 1 of the Royals-Guardians doubleheader right now. Cleveland coming in here at plus 105. Over under is 8.5. Cole Reagan's 3.31. Nick Sandlin, 3.88 ERA, but 7-0 on the year here. Hasn't pitched a ton, so we're just talking about Bobby Witt. I mean, why not, dude? 2 home runs for Bobby Witt. He definitely needs it. His actually career against Sam is 0 for 7, so you think he's due. Maybe Perez too, a dinger from him. I say Royals go on. It's 110 early game, obviously 8.5. Give me Royals, put the under. I say they edge out the Guardians. I'll say 4-3, dude.
New York Mets, 120 losses, 1962.
That is the worst record in MLB history?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Well, the White Sox beat that team.
20 losses to go. I mean, but the way they're playing, they're right there. They might do it. What was the deal here?
Royals and the under.
Royals, sneaky good in the playoffs, or just not there yet? Or what do you think?
I think sneaky good, to be honest. I think Reagan's, Lugo, guys that are dialed in, been around for a while. Bobby Witt, youthful talent. I think they could be sneaky good, yeah.
All right.
Salvatore Perez, old school vet, too.
Last holdover from the World Series
team.
That's
dude,
important, obviously. All right, so third game, final game here for me. I am going to go with the Minnesota Twins. So helping Tony out here, Bailey O'Bear, a guy that was dropped in our fantasy league picked him up. I think he's made like 12, 13 starts for me. His ERA is 2.09. So whoever dropped him, thank you.
Was it Josh B?
Freed, it was not Josh B, as far as I know anyway. But I think Gobert, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 4-2 Twins in the under, just to make it nice and easy, or no?
Absolutely.
Just
dude.
like that. That is your baseball frenzy, Tony. And again, we say week 18. Law of average, Josh B.
Law of average, he says, for
Gobert, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess.
No, but I mean, obviously it's fantasy. Good guys get dropped all the time, but it definitely stings. I've done it this year. In our league, I had Vientos. Do you have Vientos?
No.
Okay, someone else obviously scooped him.
Definitely.
But you make those moves. It definitely, you think about it for a little bit.
Oh my God, definitely.
Anybody-
Especially down the stretch.
Anybody
dude.
for you
that I dropped that I probably
that's
shouldn't
like
have?
the, like top 20 overall or something ridiculous like that?
No.
No, nothing comes to mind though, as soon as someone you dropped.
This year?
That was would have been really good, and like you were tight that you did it.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, no, I haven't really dropped anyone.
So you're saying
like
you
that I
kinda
drafted
haven't-
anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
That you drafted.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
just talking about maybe you
Even
picked
in
him
general.
up. Oh, it's a spot start. Then you drop him. Then it's like, oh wow, he's actually pretty good.
No, I don't think so, dude. Trying to
Like I
look
said,
back.
I mean, that's good.
yeah, no,
'Cause
definitely, dude.
It's tough to avoid that. Fantasy such a long season. I'm rallying for Bowden Francis too. Do you know anything about him?
Nothing.
But have you pulled the numbers?
You want?
Yeah, I mean, pretty impressive rookie. Toronto. What 20? Is he 28?
28 says, yeah.
Huh? Is he a rookie? No, I mean it's his second year.
Yeah,
I guess.
no. Rookie stats exceeded during 2023 season.
So the numbers look mediocre, but if you really go into the game logs, Tony,
The game
or last 5
logs.
games, go to the last 5 games right there. Right there. Don't need to do anything. Obviously that last start ridiculous, but then
Oh my gosh.
those other 2 starts as well, or 3 starts.
I mean, yeah, his last 3 starts were great. I mean, I guess against LA, the Angels twice, Cubs once, but regardless,
The Angels, 15 innings, 2 earned, 20
Jeez.
strikeouts.
like he's getting it done, dude.
yeah,
Like that's dominant.
could pay dividends. Fantasy playoffs.
Oh yeah, dude. Gotta be if you bet Baltimore though. Be careful right there, dude.
Be careful, Skip.
But I think we'll see. Again,
Yeah, you never know. Any renewed optimism for you, after our talk last night about fantasy?
I mean, I guess I'm versing Kev Do this week, so we'll see.
Kev Do now, I think, in the last playoff spot right now.
Yeah,
I
he's in
believe.
6th place right behind me.
Okay.
But I think there's like a 13-point disparity between the both of us.
The Souzas are really swinging away. Riley Bowie, his team is actually really good.
Yeah, dude, he is.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a waste if you ask
Yeah.
me. Stupid bum.
Dan Patrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna see him today, dude. I'm gonna yell at him.
But like, am I not exaggerating? Like, yeah, like maybe your pickups wouldn't be good. But even if you just were to set your lineup every day, just make sure everybody who's playing is playing.
Mhm.
Does that not take a minute?
Literally,
That's it. Like you
Yeah.
don't need to do pickups or anything.
it's too much for him, dude.
And I think he would have 20 more wins.
Yeah, probably. I know. Who are you playing this week?
Danny? I don't know who that. I don't think it's Bernie. Unless it could be.
I don't know.
Probably is, honestly. Josh B will probably comment in a second.
Daniel's dandy team.
But I feel like I've never heard of Bernie being called Daniel, though, right? I mean, I know I just give it like his default Yahoo name, but maybe it is, honestly.
It could be.
Let's see, because who else's team would it be? There's not. I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is his team, unless he's barely White Rowler. No,
that's Kev Dude's brother or something like that, or cousin.
okay, yeah. So I guess it is. It is Bernie. So
Bernie.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think Bernie's paying attention? You think he's trying?
Well, I mean, you could tell by looking at the team in a second here. I'm gonna say maybe hasn't checked it a little bit.
Yeah, it's all right.
Because he's got Klaas in his starting lineup. He's got Littell on the injured list. So that's just kind of my inkling there, Tony.
That's a pretty good inkling, dude. I
Yeah.
think.
Or at least it's not every day. Probably a little beaten down like you right now, but
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. I gotta do something.
now are you back to believing in yourself there?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's not that I've never believed in myself, but it's just like, it's just unfortunate, dude.
It is.
And I'm just it's tough. That's what's tough. I'm trying hard. I really am trying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a lot of pickups. I'm doing some research here.
Never know.
Yeah, I know. You never know, dude.
So stretch run, exciting stuff. And really at the end of the day, fantasy is great. I'm sweating it out too, Tony. Now I'm in the semifinals. That they did a stack correction on that matchup, so it was actually 7-6, but obviously still won. So I advance here. But win this week, and we are in the money.
Let's go, dude.
So, definitely a little nervous, but nevertheless excited. Kind of cool how that one wraps up, but then I still have the stretch run in the other 3 leagues. So it's a fun time right now.
Yeah, no, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad you're in there.
I think you might be in there more than you think, Tony.
I mean, we'll see, dude.
All right.
Doing some research this week. And I mean, I gotta destroy Kev too.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you should.
yeah, I know I should. I've done in the past.
Can. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm expecting nothing less, Tony. All right. But I have to say, here we are. Another great show today. Great post horseshoe rendition. In a big week coming up. Football inching closer. We're now inside of 2 weeks from the first Sunday of the NFL season. Full Saturday college football slate. I know Tony's so excited for that.
But
We'll probably talk about that a little bit towards the end of the week, and obviously Tour Championship from Atlanta starting Thursday as well. So all good stuff there. But really appreciate everybody today who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee and Jay in Costume, the merch, .timetv.com. While everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.